And what's up, everybody? Sandy back here, getting ready for our NaNoWriMo writing stream number 8 here. So, looking forward to that and trying to get us going here today. And hopefully, everybody has had a good Saturday. Their weekend is off to a good start, and you all have hopefully some good plans for hopefully some relaxation today. And I'm just going to stay with you here for a little bit just to get a little writing in as we continue on this journey for NaNoWriMo. And just to give you an update on where I am right now with NaNoWriMo. As you know, that is National Novel Writing Month, and it is a competition, if you will. Really, you're competing with yourself. And the goal is, of course, to get 50,000 words written in your novel, toward your novel, or a complete novel in the month of November. So 50,000 words is obviously a lot of words, and that can be very ambitious for a lot of people. And so it is a challenge. And I'm doing pretty well right now. So right now, I am at about 48,000 words. Actually, a little bit over 48,000 words. So my goal by the end of today, if not on this broadcast, my goal is going to be to get those last 2,000 words to hopefully be able to wrap this bad boy up in terms of the goals for NaNoWriMo. So I'm going to be working on getting that done here, hopefully today. So I have a little bit of a different setup here today. So I'm trying to, what I did was I actually am hardlining the internet in, and I'm hoping that that will ease some of the issues, some of the lag time issues here. So still just experimenting with some things to make sure things are working a little bit better. And I think one of the challenges is typically when it uploads to YouTube afterward, that's where it looks even worse. So hopefully I'll continue to iron out some of those issues, and we'll be on track toward some good things here as we move ahead. So what I'm going to do today, and hopefully you guys will join me in some writing sprints here. I am going to do 3 15-minute writing sprints to begin. And then we're going to see where we're at and how close I am to reaching the 50,000 word goal. And I'm thinking that 3 15-minute sessions should be enough for me to be able to get there. Where I'm at in my novel is I'm at a good point where I know where I want to go, and the outline seems to be working pretty well. I have had a couple of times where I've ad-libbed a little bit and gone in a little bit of a different direction from the outline, so not following it strictly, but I'm still keeping myself fairly consistent with the outline and where I want to go, and continuing to develop characters and having all those points that you want to have, those plot points that you want to have as part of the 3-act format, which is what I typically use. So that's where we are with that. So I will be trying to engage with you guys as much as I can in the chat, particularly between the 15-minute and the gaps between the 15-minute writing sprints, and then after the last writing sprint. I'll be happy to engage with people and talk to you, and you can let me know how you're doing, and I'll let you know how I'm doing as far as the progress that we're making right now. So with that, let me go ahead and continue with the 2-computer format here. Let me go ahead and get the timer up here. And there is the timer. And I'm going to make the timer actually smaller there so you can see me a little bit better. So, all right, so that's where we are. We're going to go 15 minutes right here, and you guys can hang with me here. Let me know how you guys are going to do. I'll let you know how I'm going to do here as I am, again, working on a new setup here. So, all right, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and start this first 15-minute writing sprint here. Let me make a little note here. So 15-minute sprint that will take us to about 10:50 a.m. So this writing sprint will take us to about 10:50 a.m. That's Eastern Daylight Time for those of you who are in my time zone. So let me put that on the display. And we are off. Ready, set, and go. Okay, first 15-minute writing sprint is in the books. And now I'm going to go and see how many words I got in. And if you were typing along, you can tell me how many words you got in. Sorry about the interference right there. I was checking the stream on the other computer here. Okay, let me see what we got here. Pull it back up here. Okay. All right. So for me, I ended up with 652 words during the first writing sprint for me. So, not sure how others of you did during the first writing sprint. Um, so, I'm at a point right now where I'm starting to put the pieces in place for how the story is going to end. So, I'm at the beginning of the third act. And so, we're reaching that peak that you see in the third act, and then you start to bring it down toward your resolution. And so I'm feeling pretty good about that. Let me do it this way. Let me see if I can pull this up for you guys real quick to give you an idea of where we are. Oops. Hang on. Getting there here. I want to pull this up for you guys real quick so you can have a little better idea where we're going here. Hang on. So hopefully you guys can see that a little bit. And so where I'm at is, if you look at that point right there, it's the climax of Act 2. And then you see the descending action as you go into Act 3 and the climax of Act 3. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now. So we're building toward this big climax here. And so that's where I'm at right there, that kind of fuzzy area between the end of Act 2 and the beginning of Act 3, leading toward the end of Act 3. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now, trying to, bring those pieces of the puzzle together. So for those of you who use that 3-act structure, you kind of see where I'm going with this. And so I feel like I've really done a pretty good job of building toward this. But one of the things that I do is when I am writing the first draft, I really just try to sprint through pretty much as hard as I can. And then what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll sometimes add some of the details, some of the vivid stuff that makes it come to life a little bit more. Some of the things that after I have a chance to let it sink in a little bit, think about it a little bit more, then I'll be able to come back and add some of that at a later stretch, usually during the second or third time that I'm going through it with an edit. So, because the first time I go through with an edit, I just want to add that flavor to it a little bit. I want to add the descriptors without going crazy. I want to build on some subplot points, some backstory stuff, and build on that. And then as I go through future edits, then I start to really work on cleaning things up and making sure things are consistent, that a person is not doesn't have brown eyes in chapter 1 and then blue eyes in chapter 15. So you try to look for those types of things as well. But hopefully, if you did your character sketches correctly, you don't necessarily have to worry about that. And it's not really that big of a deal. So, all right. So let's get ready for the next writing sprint here. We're going to go with another 15-minute writing sprint that is going to take us until about 11:10 a.m. EDT. So get ready here, my friends, and we're going to get ready for this next 15-minute writing sprint. So I'm going to pop that up on the screen here real quick. We're going to clear and share this real quick. Share screen. All right, so get ready, everybody, because here we go. 15-minute writing sprint. So get those hands on the keyboard here. I'm going to take a little sip of my unsweetened iced tea here. It's my go-to drink because I'm not supposed to be drinking sugary drinks. So let me go ahead and hit the start button, and you guys can go along here. Again, we're going to take this one to maybe a little bit after 11:15 a.m. So here we go. 15-minute sprint begins right now. All right. Writing sprint number 2 is in the books. And I clock. I was able So for me, I was able to get in 642 words during the last 15-minute writing sprint. So that was pretty good. I was continuing, of course, obviously what I was already starting in that I was able to kind of keep, there's a bit of dialogue that I have going right now that I was able to keep going. So it's putting me in a good path right now. So I'm going to take about a 5-minute break, and I'm going to come back with you guys at about 11:20, and we'll get this thing back going again. So we'll be back here at about 11:20 a.m. So um, stick with it here. Just gonna take a little bit of a break to walk around, kind of get the legs going a little bit, and then I'll be back with you guys. So that's kind of where we are. And let me just get this screen up here real quick. And I will be back with you guys shortly. So, all right, hang tight. And we got the next 15-minute writing sprint coming up at about 11:20 a.m. All right, we're back here. And let me get that off of here and get ready to get my timer back up here in a little bit. So get the timer back on. Hold on a second. All right, so get the timer back on. And let's see. Yeah, James Nicholson. You know, I recently had almost a situation pretty close to what you went through. Um, so the nuts and bolts of it was this: I had a laptop computer that I was using, and I got in a nice writing groove. And so what I usually do is I back up my stories periodically, either on Google Drive, or I'll email it to myself, or I'll save it on a hard drive. Sometimes I do all of the above. And so I was working on this one story, and I was just in this. I was in a zone. I was in this writing groove, and I just was just killing it. And I think I was pretty much like you. I think I like just rapped like about 5,000 words, maybe even a little bit more than that. I can't remember exactly what the number was. And I had a nice storyline going that I was working on, and I felt really good about it. And I hit save, and my computer went to sleep. And then I remember, I think I took a nap. And I woke up, and I tried to wake up the computer. So I woke up, but I tried to wake up the computer, and it wasn't doing anything. And you probably know what I'm thinking, because I had that. Um, yeah, I had that sick feeling in my stomach when the computer wouldn't start back up. And the first thing is like, oh, the hard drive died, and I lost everything on the hard drive. And then I thought, so I went through all these things. I thought it was the screen on the laptop, so I replaced the screen on the laptop. What else did I do? I replaced something else. Um, I think I pulled the memory card out, and then put it back in, and that actually made it start working again. Then it started working again, and then boom, then the same thing happened again. And I kept doing some research and research and research, and I found out that the motherboard died. So that was the bad news. The good news was that the hard drive was okay. So I had to take apart the laptop. I pulled the hard drive out, and I was able to get a connector, and I connected the hard drive to a USB, and I was able to connect it to the other computer, and I was able to save that that stuff. But many years ago, before that, I had a situation with a story that I had done and completed, and then the hard drive died. And at the same time, I lost access to the email account that I had it sent to, and I just was sick. And I still haven't recovered it, even to this day. Although I think that hard drive, it's an old computer, like a computer that ran Windows 95. So it was an old computer. I've actually been procrastinating about just trying to get into that computer and trying to pull it out so I could maybe have access to that story and maybe some other stories that are on there. So it says, okay, you said forgot to email for my 3-day writing groove. Yeah. You know, it's a bad feeling. Trust me, I've been there, and it's tough. I got lucky last time in that I didn't lose anything, so I was able to recover that story, the section that I thought I lost to that story. So yeah, it's tough. Technology, man, it can go left on you in a hurry. So that's I'm not sure what the lesson is there, except that you kind of have to expect the unexpected, and try to do as much as you can to protect yourself. And even then, it's just not a guarantee. All right, so here we go. This is going to be the third sprint of this session. Here, we're coming up on about the 1 hour mark that we've been together here. So here we go, another 15-minute sprint. Before I start that, let me see where I'm at here. Because I am getting really close to that 50,000 word goal here. So let me see where I'm at here. Let me tally up here. I am at 48,184 words. So we're getting pretty close here. 48,184 words. So a little under 2,000 words to go to get to 50,000 here. So it's been painstaking here to try to get to that 50,000 word goal. So we're going to stick with it here until we get to 50,000 words. It's coming up on 11:30. So I want to get to 50,000 at least before I call it a wrap for this session here. So that's going to be the goal, and then I'll log that on NaNoWriMo.org. So for those of you who are participating, you probably are logging your word counts on NaNoWriMo.org. So hopefully you are doing that. It's really cool. It doesn't cost you anything, and you can also have an opportunity to engage with other writers who are with having similar goals and who are making hopefully similar or better progress than what we're making. So that's kind of where we are. All right, so here we go. We're going to go 15 minutes. So that's going to take us here. Hold on a second. 15 minute sprint. Fifteen-minute writing sprint. So that's going to take us to go 11:45 a.m. Oops, put the $sign in there. So 15-minute writing sprint. It's going to take us to just short of 11:45. All right. So 48,000. So 48,184 words. Yeah, I think I was. Yeah, something like that. I think I did say something like that. So, yeah, it kind of. Sometimes what I do is I'll go back and I'll like mess around with other parts of it. And I know I'm not supposed to do that. And I always say that I'm not going to do that. But sometimes I'll go back and I'll mess around. I have a bunch of notes at the end of my story. And so sometimes I have to go and add it up, excluding the notes that I have at the bottom of the story. Now, those of you who write in like Scrivener or something like that, you have the little bulletin board thing, and you can kind of go and refer to that for your character sketches. Mine's at the bottom, so I have to like go and kind of almost manually add up the numbers. So, but yeah, anyway, I'm getting pretty close. So less than 1,000, 2,000 words to get where I need to get. So, all right, here we go. So 15-minute writing sprint, that's going to take us to about 11:44 a.m. So Eastern time. So here we go. I'm going to start the timer right now. On your mark, set, go. Okay, so that was the latest 15-minute writing sprint. So I'm going to bring the 747 in for this writing sprint because that's what I got in 747 words in this particular writing sprint. So that 747 words added on brings me now to 48,931 words. So about 1,100 words away. So we're going to go for a little bit of a break here, and then I'm going to come back with a 20-minute writing sprint. So hang on. I'm going to come back with a 20-minute writing sprint at about 11:50 a.m. So hang tight here as we're going to I'm going to take a little bit of a break, go stretch the legs out here a little bit, and I'm going to leave you with the 3-act writing format structure here. So you guys can take a look at that while I am gone. So I'm going to try to come back here soon, but you guys can take a look at that and kind of get a feel for how that looks here while I take a little bit of a break. So I'll be back shortly. All right, so let me go ahead and get the timer back up here and clear. Reset for, oops, reset it for 20. Set. Okay, so get the tab going here. So 20 minutes. And we're going to switch to that. And 20-minute writing sprint. Okay, that's going to take us to about a little after 12:10 p.m. So we're going to say 12:11. We'll say 12:12 p.m. EDT, Eastern Daylight Time. Yes, I will be continuing with the writing sprints. I'm enjoying it more and more. So yes, I will be continuing with that, and I'm actually excited about that. So you can see the question that popped up there, and yes, I will be continuing to do it. It's a lot of fun, and if there are other people who want to join me, then I'm certainly open to considering that as well for people who are interested in that. So, all right, here we go. So we're going to go ahead and start this last 20-minute writing sprint. I'm going to go ahead and hit it right now so we can stop at about 12:12 p.m. So here we go. So get on your marks, get set, and go. Well, well, well. Isn't it amazing how fast 20 minutes can go? And let me get that off the screen so people don't start tripping out here. See how many words I was able to get in here. And this is going to be the last sprint for this particular session because I got to get ready for some football. I'm a big football fan, and Saturdays and Sundays are certainly days of rest. But for me, they're also days for football during the fall. So I'm inclined to be just a little bit selfish in that regard. All right, so let me see. Let me add up what I was able to get done. And I got in. It appears 41 words. So all right, so I got in 741 words in this writing sprint. So didn't get to the 50,000 goal, which I didn't think I was going to be with just 20 minutes, of course. But that puts me at 49,655 words. So I will probably reach the 50,000 word mark here while I'm watching football. So anyway, I want to thank everybody who was able to come through while I was doing the writing sprints. I had a lot of fun with it. I'm going to probably continue to do the writing sprints, and I've been trying to work out some of the kinks. And I changed the way I'm connected to the internet, and so that's why I have a little bit of a different setup right here to make sure I can hardline into the modem, so I can hopefully get a better speed, and hopefully the lag won't be quite as bad once this is uploaded to YouTube. So a lot of fun here. And again, 49,655 words. So knocking on the door of 50,000 words for NaNoWriMo. I'm going to probably take a little bit of break and get set up to watch some NFL football, to watch my beloved Detroit Lions. I get a chance to watch them here on Sunday, and then I'll also get a chance to watch them on Thanksgiving Day, the tradition, the family tradition, and I'll have some turkey, and hopefully have a good time, and hopefully we'll get a couple of Lions victories here. But if you know anything about the Lions, you know that's sometimes kind of sketchy how they're going to do. So 49,655 words. I will almost undoubtedly hit the 50,000 word mark with NaNoWriMo today. So I'm really excited about that. And I may jump on later briefly just to kind of show that I hit that mark. So that's going to be a pretty special mark, and I'm actually really excited about it. So, but I also have some other videos to film for the channel. I am going to be filming the. I'm going to start either this weekend or maybe next weekend. I'm going to start filming my end of the year video picks, and just to give you an idea of what I have in mind for that. I am going to be doing my nonfiction book of the year. I am going to be doing a fiction book of the year. And let me see if I can. I was going to pull up the list, but I'm just going to do my books of the year just to kind of give you a little bit of a flavor for how I'm feeling about the books that I've read this year. Some of the books that were surprises, some of the books pleasant surprises, some of the books that were disappointments. I'm going to probably come up with some other categories. I was thinking about shooting those videos today. I may not actually get around to shooting those videos today. I want to do it while my hair is reasonably low before I need another haircut. So I'll probably be filming some of those videos over the next couple of weeks, and then they'll begin to run throughout the month of, well, probably the back half of the month of December, while a lot of people are hopefully home for a break and getting some relaxation in. I'll start to have those videos running as we close out the calendar year. So I'm excited about that. And if you could, if you dropped in, hopefully you can hit the like button for the video and to help support in little ways and big ways. I would definitely appreciate that. If you have not subscribed and you'd be so inclined, please consider hitting the subscribe button for the channel as well. And I will be back for more videos, but be on the lookout for some more videos coming up here in the next few weeks. And then definitely by the end of the year, the calendar year 2020, I'll be looking out for some of my top books of the year and other book award categories that are going to be coming up. So that's going to do it here. I'm going to go ahead and peace out and get ready to watch some football here on Sunday. And hopefully you are with your loved ones and you're enjoying yourselves and you're getting some rest, as a short work week for some of us is coming up next week with Thanksgiving. And so hopefully everybody's going to get some rest here over the next 8 to 9 days, and hopefully be refreshed for next week, the week after Thanksgiving, when a more normal work schedule resumes. So that's going to do it. Thanks everybody for joining me, and look forward to seeing you with future videos on this channel. Peace.